5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go with Josh Appelbaum starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode 504 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I am your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. The end of the week is here, guys. We got the weekend upon us. As always, sharp reports, all best bets posted on the Juice Reel app. You can follow for $4.99 a week. There's my shameless plug to kick off the pod. We can get all the plays on the weekend because I still get people DMing me, tweeting me, saying, hey, where's the pod on Saturday or Sunday? And I tell them, you know what? I'm a dad now. I've been a husband for a couple of years, but life's getting busy. The weekends, I now see what my parents look forward to on the weekends, because you get to, go to Home Depot and do all the fun things as a young parent, of course. But again, no pod on the weekends, but sharp reports, vsin.com, at Josh_insights, best bets on Juice Reel. Now, going to finish off the week hopefully on a hot note, including the first day of the month of May, which happens to be, believe it or not, my birthday. That's right. I was born May 1st, 1987. So I am 39 years old today, guys. Can you believe it? I mean, man, I'm getting old. I'm getting up there. I can feel 40 right around the corner. And I feel like yesterday I was 17, playing baseball with my friends, partying on the weekends. But you know what? I like my life now better than I ever have. I got a great wife, got a house, got a baby, and I'm doing what I love to do, which is betting on sports and covering the sports betting world. So I'm a pretty lucky guy. I might get a little sentimental with you guys today, but not a bad birthday. We're going out tonight. My mother-in-law is stopping by in a couple hours to babysit our daughter, to give me and the wife a couple hours off, and we're going to go to my favorite restaurant, and I'm going to get a steak, which is a very expensive steak. I never order a steak. I never order the $50, $75 steak, but I'll be doing that here tonight. And then when I get home, again, this is how older we're getting. We have a 5 o'clock or 4:45 p.m. Eastern time reservation here tonight. You know why I did it so early? So that I can come home and watch the Boston Bruins. I got no bet on the Bruins. I'm a little worried because, one, thank God we got a game tonight. They forced a game 6, came back to Boston, but they've been so bad at home. It's almost like, they get you excited only to lose at home. But you know what? I got my daughter in a Bruins onesie, so we'll see if we can get a winner here on her dad's birthday. So that's a big birthday for me. My favorite restaurant, going out with the wife, mother-in-law's babysitting, and we'll come back and watch the Bees. So looking forward to that. But in terms of the pod, got 3 more best bets for you today, guys. 3 Major League Baseball plays. So as always, trying to go 2-1, eke out a winning day. Now, looking back toward yesterday, 2-2, minus 0.42 units. So we did have a nice hit with the Phillies. Phillies were down, bottom of the 9th, came back. Bryson Stott had a huge triple. And then here's how you know you're getting old. Carl Crawford's son, Justin Crawford, had a infield single to win the game. So Phils were a nice hit. Couldn't get the Braves, though. They were up 2-0, and then their bullpen completely imploded. And they brought in Joel Payamps, who I remember every time I used to bet a game and he'd come in, it was usually with Milwaukee, he would blow it, and that's exactly what happened. So Braves let us down, up 2-0. And then split our totals. Got the Knicks, Hawks over 213.5. What a terrible performance by Atlanta, but was able to get that over, which was nice. Couldn't get the Nuggets over 224.5, came up just short. And believe it or not, I thought for sure the Nugs would force a Game 7 with a lot of injuries and no Edwards. And, of course, you have the T-Wolves winning that game outright. So 2-2. But if you did watch the Rhythm Rundown last night, which was our last Rhythm Rundown before we kick back up in the fall, we did highlight the Minnesota Twins. That was a late game with a good rhythm system match, so maybe you got a little plus money on the Twinkies. But either way, guys, let's see if we can go 2-1 on my birthday today and finish off the week strong. Now, with that being said, let's waste no more time because I got an early game here that I want to hit on, and then we'll go through all the 3 bets here for today, and then we'll get out of here. So, first one on the board, let's go to Chicago. Let's get some Chicago dogs. Coach Ditka. Let's look at the Cubbies at home against the Diamondbacks. This is a 2:20 p.m. Eastern time first pitch. Let's set the stage, talk splits, line moves, and I'll give you my play here. So we got the Diamondbacks coming in 16-14 on the year. Did just drop 2-3 though against the Brew Crew. Lost 13-1 yesterday as a plus 110 road dog. Meanwhile, the Cubbies 19-12 off to a great start. Just took 2-3 against the Padres. They won that series finale 5-4 as a -105 road dog. So pitching matchup here, we got the Diamondbacks going with the righty Zach Gallen. He's 1-1 with a 3.14 ERA. Meanwhile, the Cubbies are going to go with the fellow righty Colin Ray. He's 3-1 with a 4.61 ERA. Now, what have we seen across the market here? Well, this game opened with Chicago listed around a -135 home favorite, Arizona around a +115 road dog. And Sharps, they're hammering the Cubbies here because the Cubs have gotten steamed up -135 up to now -150, even -155. I'm seeing some shops even as high as like -160. So this is a very, very clear, massive steam move in favor of the Cubs. Tells me we got a lot of big money pouring in on Chicago here. Circa's got a really good split on the Cubs, 65% of money line bets, but 89% of money line dollars. So a good low bets, high dollar split in favor of Chicago. I always mention this. I just took Chicago on the money line. I got them at BetMGM -148. But I did notice if you want to go -1.5 +145, pretty good payout here on the run line. Chicago is getting 68% of spread bets, 83% of spread dollars. Cubs have that non-division favorite value, so lack of familiarity benefiting quote-unquote the better team. But they also have that correlative betting, favorite low total, because a very low total in this one of 7. Anytime you get a 7 in a Cubs game, automatically you can assume the wind's blowing in, which is the case here. Wind's blowing in about 10 miles per hour from dead center. But that would also be fewer amount of expected runs scored, more likely to come from quote-unquote that better team, benefiting hopefully Chicago. Cubs have the better bats. Let's hope they get to Zach Gallen today. They're hitting .261 as a team, .353 on-base percentage. They've scored 169 runs. Arizona's only hitting .250 with a .308 on-base percentage. They've only scored 141 runs. The other angle that I like with Chicago is a big rest versus tired, because we have Chicago, who was off yesterday, versus the Diamondbacks, who played in Milwaukee and now travel to Chicago. And it's not that, Milwaukee to Chicago is this cross-country trip. It's really not that far. But it's the fact that the Cubs are off, and yet the Diamondbacks played and have to travel. So that's kind of the advantage here, rest versus tired in favor of the Cubs. And we do have a system play for that. If you're a rested home favorite coming off a day off, and you're getting at least 5 cents of line movement in your favor, which would match like here with the Cubs, those teams are 102-52, 66%, 5% ROI since 2025. Also, Cubs play pretty good at Wrigley, knock on wood, 11-5 at home, D-backs 7-8 on the road. So you had me at this theme, guys. Big move here towards Chicago. Let's see if we can start off the day with a winner. I got the Cubs -148, but shop around a lot of books closer to -150, -155, even -160. Next bet for you, 7:10 p.m. Eastern time. Let's go down to Florida, where the Tampa Bay Rays are hosting the San Francisco Giants. Giants come in 13-18 on the year, just got swept by the Phillies, lost the doubleheader 3-2 as a +125 road dog, and the second game 6-5 as a +120 road dog as well. Rays, meanwhile, 18-12 on the year. They just took 2 of 3 against the Guardians. Couldn't get the sweep, though. They lost that series finale 3-1 as a -105 road dog. So, pitching matchup for tonight, we got a couple lefties on the bump. Robbie Ray is going for the G-Men. He's 2-3 with a 2.70 ERA. Rays, meanwhile, going with the lefty Shane McClanahan, 2-2, 3.91 ERA. So what have you seen across the market here? Well, this game opened Tampa around a -130 home favorite, San Fran around a +110 road dog, and all movement and liability has been on the Rays. The sign's moving toward Tampa at home, guys. They went from -130 up to -145. They got a good bet split at circa 67% bets, 88% of moneyline dollars. So good low bets, higher dollar split out in Vegas from the pros, the wise guys in favor of the Rays. Also have some good run line support. Tampa Bay run line -1.5 +150. Again, to win by 2 or more. 47% bets, but 79% dollars at DraftKings. So a good split on the run line. Again, I just went money line. I got -139 with the Rays at Ballybet. Now, Friday home favorites, -150 or less, didn't make the playoffs the previous year. So you're like, hey, yes, they're at home. Yes, they're a favorite, but they didn't make the playoffs. So should I really back them? Well, actually kind of buying low on those teams has been a smart play. They are 54-32, 63% with an 11% ROI since 2025. Now, Tampa has correlative betting value as a favorite low total. So total in this one is 7.5. Again, fewer amount of expected runs scored, more likely to come from quote-unquote that better team. And Tampa has that interleague favorite value. Once again, lack of familiarity benefiting that better team. Tampa's bats have been better, knock on wood. but they have a 327 on base percentage. They've scored 137 runs. San Fran has a only 293 on base percentage, 104 runs scored. And we talked a second ago about the rest versus tired in favor of the Cubs over the D-backs, but even more so rest versus tired for the Rays over the Giants, because the Rays were off yesterday, but the Giants, not only did they play yesterday, but they played a doubleheader yesterday. So they're playing their third game in 2 days, and they have to travel. And again, Philly down to Florida, a little bit more of a journey from, Milwaukee to Chicago, which we just talked about for the D-backs. But again, that rested home favorite coming off a day off, at least 5 cents of line movement in your favor, 66%, 5% ROI since 2025. Tampa, 8-4 at home. San Fran, 6-9 on the road. Doesn't hurt that we have a 50%, 5-0 big, 50% sharp mush edge on the Rays from our friends at Juice Reel. And I also have a Green Star recommended smart signal play from Rhythm on Tampa Bay. So again, short line, but a big move here toward Tampa. Really good rest versus tired split. I took the Rays minus 139 at Bally Bet. Last bet of the night. Again, who likes staying up late, sweating the dads with me? Well, hopefully you will tonight, because I'm looking at the Padres, 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time, hosting the Chicago White Sox. Now, White Sox, give them credit. They're better than they have been in many years. My buddy Darush, I know he's happy about that. But the White Sox, 14-17, just swept the Angels. Won that series finale 3-2 in extra innings as a minus 105 home dog. Meanwhile, the Pods, 19-11 on the year, just dropped 2-3 against the Cubs, who we just talked about. Lost that series finale 5-4 as a minus 115 home favorite. So for tonight's interleague series opener, the White Sox are going with the lefty Noah Schultz. He's 1-1 with a 3.52 ERA. Pods, meanwhile, going with the righty German Marquez. He is 3-1 with a 4.38 earned run average. Now, what do we see across the market? Well, this game opened San Diego around a minus 135 home favorite. Chicago around a plus 115 road dog. And if you like the Cubs, you like Tampa, I think you like the Padres, because it's another home team with a sharp line move. We've seen the Pods go up from minus 135 up to minus 145. I'm seeing some shops creep above minus 150. Good bet split here in particular on the run line. So if you do like Pods to win by 2 or more, minus 1.5, plus 145. San Diego is taking in only 59% of spread bets, but 80% of spread dollars at Circa. So it tells us a lot of money at Circa is going with the run line. Again, I went money line here. I got Pods minus 145 at BetMGM. But San Diego would have that interleague favorite value, lack of familiarity benefiting, quote-unquote, the better team. They would also have that favorite low total, correlative betting value, because the total in this one is 8. There were some 8.5s, but there's a lot of 8s. So if it's an 8, that would be favorite low total. System match here. Now, it's not a rest versus tired. Both teams were off yesterday, so that makes it even. But when both teams are coming off a day off, take the home favorite. It's a very simple system, but it's 122-69, 64%, 4% ROI since 2025. Marquez, remember he was with Colorado forever, and just poor guy at the rarefied air, the altitude. You never want to be a pitcher in Coors Field. But ever since he came to San Diego, he hasn't been bad. They're 4-0. San Diego Padres are in Marquez's last 4 starts. And the Pods are one of the better home teams in baseball. 10-6 at home. White Sox 7-9 on the road. So a line move toward the Pods. Good bet split. Interleague favorite. Correlative betting. Both off a day off. Take the favorite. Hopefully Marquez can go 5-0 his last 5 starts. And also, by the way, I popped open Rhythm and noticed all 3 of my Rhythm recommendations lighting up on San Diego. So I'm backing the Pods here, minus 145. So Cubs, Rays, and Pods. See if we can get 2 out of 3 and finish off the week on a hot note. So that about does it for episode 504 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod where we wrap things up. And I always start first by saying thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for grinding in the arena with me every single day through the ups and the downs, the good and the bad, the great wins, the heartbreaking losses. Just like in life, there's good days and bad days, but we try to go with a data-driven approach, betting with our head and not our heart. And I also want to say, as always, thank you for just listening and supporting the pod. But if you do enjoy the pod, you find the breakdowns to be informative, maybe you want to help me grow this podcast, which would be awesome. I would love for you to give this pod a 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes. If you want to leave a nice comment under rate and review, click the follow button. Retweet the pod when I put it out on Twitter at Josh_Insights. or recommend the pod to a friend. Any or all of those things will be very much appreciated. Next, if you enjoy this style of sports betting, data-driven, sharp contrarian betting, focusing on line moves, bet splits, system matches. Again, making sharp data-driven bets with our head and not our heart, taking a contrarian approach, focusing on the AI-backed models and predictions. If this style of betting has appealed to you, you want to learn more about data-driven betting, or maybe you have someone in your life who could use some data-driven tips. I know Mother's Day is coming up, then you got Father's Day, and again, a lot of people's birthdays you got to keep an eye out for. You know what you should do? An easy gift, something that hopefully will make them money, is go to Amazon.com and type in either the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook or the Everything Guide to Sports Betting. The two books that I've written, very proud of both, but if you want to grab one or both of them, bring them to the sports book. I'll sign them for you. I'll buy you a beer or a ginger ale. And you know what? It's my birthday. We'll take a couple shots. What do you think? Hopefully get some winners here tonight. Next, if you haven't done it yet, you should go download Rhythm and Juice Reel, my two favorite sports betting apps. They help me win. They're going to help you win. So Rhythm, great for their AI-backed models and predictions for game bets and player props. Juice Reel, so many great features. You can sync up your sports books, get a running report card of your action, keep yourself honest, see which sports and bet types you're best at, understand your strengths and weaknesses, track your closing line value. But then also, you can get the Robo Jackson AI-driven best bet picks, which are 2 plays that come out each day at noon. You can get the All Systems Go best bet picks for $4.99 a week. I consider that a tip jar because the pod is free. So you can get those plays, again, for $5 a week, less than $1 a day, and you're supporting the team. You can also get the Sharp Mush Indicators, Arbitrage Plays, Shop for the Best Line Futures, all available when you download Juice Reel. So download Rhythm, download Juice Reel, give them both a 5-star review in the App Store. Next, you have a live odds page. Well, if you don't have one, you need one. You got to be able to track the market in real time. Got to identify line movement. What did the line open at? Where is it currently? Compare the opening column that never changes to the current odds. Shop for the best line. Identify when a team's getting steamed. It gets lit up in red. Pull up the line history. Get a live in-game wagering opportunity. You can do it all with Odds Logic. So I would highly recommend giving Odds Logic a shot. I use them every day. They're the best live odds page around. All you got to do is go to oddslogic.com/Josh123. That's going to give you a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month of service. So that about does it for episode 504 of the ASG pod on a big Friday. As always, guys, 2 final thoughts. 1, whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun down in Connecticut, at the Encore in Boston, Plain Ridge Park Casino, MGM Springfield, or the Nash in my neck of the woods on the border of Massachusetts and Nashville, New Hampshire, or out in the desert where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweat and Sharp Contrarian plays, jumping in the stadium swim pool when you cash a big ticket at Circa. You're going to walk up to me, show me a nice Phillies ticket, a nice Knicks Hawks over. First one's on me, next one's on you. We'll post about the book. Sweat Sharp Contrarian plays all night long. So as always, guys, coming off a 2-2, or a 4-0, an 0-4, a 3-1, a 1-3, a winning night, a losing night, a hot streak, a cold streak. We just can never get too high when things are going good, never get too low when things aren't going our way. We just got to stick to the model, stick to the blueprint, fearless but disciplined, stay true to our bankroll management, and play the system matches, the games that are against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet, avoid parlays, and get that CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful sports bettors. So hope everyone has a fantastic Friday. Hope everyone has a great weekend as well. And then we'll be right back at it on Monday. That'll be episode 505 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody. And by the way, let's go Bruins. Win the damn game. Don't let me down. I'm nervous, but who knows? Maybe they'll surprise me. Knock on wood. I want a Game 7. Let's go Bees. But good luck, everybody. Have a great Friday and an even better weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Good luck.